Meanwhile, like many of you, we watched the tornado and its destructive force come through Tuscaloosa live on our tower cam. WVUA's chief meteorologist Richard Scott was on the air, and here's what he saw.
So we have an emergency situation. This tornado is now on the ground. It looks like it's a now sizable tornado. We're watching live from our Tuscaloosa tower camera. Get in your safe place right now. We have a tornado on the ground. Again, we're watching live from our Tuscaloosa tower camera, looking to the southwest side of Tuscaloosa. There's Bryant-Denny Stadium at the bottom of your screen, and this looks to be a fairly sizable tornado. It keeps flirting with the ground. It lifts back up and then it touches back down. And there's no doubt this thing has made contact with the ground and definitely still is in contact with the ground. We're going to kind of pan around with our Tuscaloosa tower camera. Again, this is coming right towards our television station. Anybody outside, if you see anybody outside, tell them to get inside right now. This is a very large and sizable tornado coming right towards the city of Tuscaloosa and the University of Alabama campus. Again, I'm Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. If you're just now joining us, we're watching an emergency situation for a very large tornado coming into downtown Tuscaloosa. That includes the University of Alabama campus. This could be a very life-threatening.
And so we bring Richard in now. I believe that's when we went out of power on the air. But we bring Richard in right now. And Richard, what was going through your mind?
The big thing I was thinking was there's a large tornado coming through Tuscaloosa. I was thinking about all the people, my friends, family, people in town that I know personally. Look, I grew up here in West Alabama. I know a lot of folks in town, and I was thinking about you guys that I know personally, also people that I don't know, and I was just trying everything I could do to get the message out and tell people, look, you know, this isn't a joke. This isn't just a quick little spin-up tornado. This is a very large tornado. In a life-threatening situation, and I said several times, this is a life-threatening situation, and that's exactly what it was. The tornado was, quite frankly, enormous, about a mile wide, and we're looking at some video. Gary Harris actually got this video from the RBC Bank building, the old AmSouth building, and that was in downtown. The tornado itself, it actually appeared to make slight turn towards the right. For a while there, it looked like it was coming directly for our television station. When we lost power, a lot of folks were wondering if we were actually hit by the tornado, and it appeared to make a slight right jog and affected a lot of Tuscaloosa. And look, during severe weather coverage, we say a lot of times, NOAA Weather Radio, that's a life-saving tool. It'll warn you when a tornado warning is issued. It's battery operated, but here's another thing, and you need to do this. Get a bicycle helmet, motorcycle helmet, football helmet, anything you can, and I'm talking to everybody at home that's listening right now. Go ahead and invest in that. Next time we have a tornado warning, whether it's not a big threat, put it on. I've heard too many stories where that saved people's lives, and hey, do it. I mean, quite frankly, it can save your life. Just little things like that go a long way when a tornado hits the town, and obviously this is a horrible situation, and this is the worst case scenario. It doesn't get much worse than this, and unfortunately a lot of people did lose their lives here in Tuscaloosa, and even in the state of Alabama. We weren't the only ones hard hit. Numerous large tornadoes tracked across our state during this outbreak, and it's just a horrible situation to have to go through for everybody in town. My house was actually destroyed by the tornado itself, but at the time, that was the last thing I was thinking about was my house. And after the tornado passed and we lost power, our director, Jonathan Newman, he was actually at the house when it got hit by the tornado. So I left work and immediately headed for the house, and on the way, just total destruction. And that's one of the hardest things to have to see. Fortunately, he was okay.
Mm-hmm. How are you guys doing now? Are y'all all right?
Yeah, we're fine. And look, let me tell you something right now. We were able to save a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's no question about that. You guys saved a lot of lives that day.
I mean, in terms, that and in terms of the house as well. The big thing I was worried about was Newman, Jonathan Newman, our director. And again, he was in the bathtub when the tornado hit. And if he would have been anywhere else in the house, he probably wouldn't be here.
Now, what is your next step? I know a lot of our viewers are probably going through the same situation, maybe talking with insurance adjusters. Just talk about what your next step is.
All right. What I had to do was, first off, call the insurance company. That's one of the most important things. Put in a claim. There's a lot of people in a bad situation right now in terms of either damage to their house or their house was completely destroyed. They'll send an adjuster up. There's many of those in town right now. And it's going to be a long process because your house, if your house was damaged or destroyed, you're not the only one in town. So they're going to have to go to all of those different houses in town that had damage or total destruction. And it's going to take a while, so be patient. And the most important thing is to go ahead and file those claims as soon as possible.
Well, you're here tonight. Jonathan is directing this newscast in there tonight. We are grateful that
We're
both
blessed.
you guys are okay.
We're okay, but unfortunately, a lot of people
Right.
can't say that.